All right. Doing a quick mic check. 1, 2, 3. We should be live. And I should have audio now. All right, everybody. I want to apologize for the sound issues. Tech class and the teacher can't even teach. So, welcome to attempt number 2 of tech class. Good morning. It's your boy C.I.P. Today we're going to cover a few things. This is the first time I'm going to try this. We'll probably do these again, get a little bit deeper into some of the software and some of the settings and personal choices you can have. But for today, I'm going to do an unboxing. I've got some discussion on equipment that you can use and where to start, right? I've heard that question so many times and I've seen it so many times in the comments section. And then software choices, as well as references, right? There's a lot of people on YouTube who already have these things established and have huge YouTube libraries of videos on all kinds of configuration options. So we're going to dive into all that today. I'm going to try to make it as concise as possible. I've got 2 cameras set up. I've got a lot of links for you, so you're going to want to take notes. And that's pretty much it for this morning, right? Let's go on and do a short intro, and we'll get right into the show.
Fuck being rational, give them what they ask for. Hey, turn this TV off.
All right. Sakafet salutations and salute to everybody. I want to welcome you back. Thank you so much for sticking with me. As y'all know, it is just the plight of a content creator that we experience technical issues. For me, I am on a little bit of a struggle system. So when I'm mobile, I use my laptop or use my tablet. That's what I'm using now. For some reason, I had everything set up last night, ready to go. I was up at 7. I tested it. The mic looked like it was working. Apparently it wasn't. So I want to welcome everybody. Let's see. Y'all out here eating breakfast. So I saw Messi saying something about she gonna cook breakfast for everybody. FDNHT cousin, thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Yeah, I'm still working. Sound's still working. Mike Love, I seen you say you was gonna unsubscribe, bro. I seen that in that last video. I'm coming for you. Let's see. Who else we got? Messi, Mike Love, Aisha's back. I hope you got some coffee, sweetheart. A-team, good to see you. All right, y'all. Oh, Chelsea, you did make it. Awesome. Did I miss anybody? Nope, I think we're all good. All right, everybody. Good morning. Probably Messi. I'm hoping. Messi's gonna cook for everybody. All right, y'all. I removed the labels so you can't see any government info. I'm going to be tweaking this camera a little bit as we go along. All right. So, box. Pretty simple stuff here. Let me move some things to the side. We're going to go to unbox this. Still smells like the sweat of the Amazon delivery driver. Boom. That's it. All right. So what we got here is a Steam Deck XLR. And what it gives me is that little doohickey right there. That's where I can plug in my microphone. So we're going to get to the setup of this here in just a moment. But first, where we're going to start is we're going to start on where my journey started, right? That's what I'm going to start with. So the Steam Deck is an all-in-one solution. I'm going to go on and get everything. You got the manual. Warranty booklet. It comes in its own little beautiful coffin there, as you can see. All right. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. All right, there's the baby. And then we've got connection in the back there for the microphone. So on the front here, you've got all of your buttons that I'll be programming for sound effects. Then you can swipe the screen. You can select other things. And so you'll have multiple layers. There'll be, what's this, 2, 4, 6, 8. There'll be 8 on this screen. I can flip it, and then there'll be another 8 on another screen. So I can continue to program different sound effects or features in OBS, or control items on my desktop during shows, pop-up windows, stuff like that. I'm not going to go into the advanced stuff yet, but the main thing is that this solves 3 problems that your boy was having for years, right? And we're going to talk about the problems I was having here now. All right. So we'll get back into the Steam Deck and the setup of it on my big computer, which is here over my shoulder. They give you a very nice cable in the box, and that's it. It is self-powered by USB. So on the back here, you only have 3 connections. You have the USB, you have your headphone, and you have your microphone. All right, so that's it for the Steam Deck. That little buddy's gonna go over there. Got a little place for it. Let me go on and get this unwound. All right, so where did I start? A lot of people ask that question first and foremost, right? The equipment, like, what do I need to podcast? What do I gotta buy? What do I need, right? A lot of us already know that answer. It's very, very simple. You can start with just your cell phone. That is literally the starting point for a lot of us. Just using a cell phone. You can get a tripod mount, and with the tripod mount, you can set up your own little studio, mini studio, right? Ring light, you buy a ring light or you buy a photo light. Put that off to the side there. And you just start with a cell phone. It's very simple. This is my social media cell phone. It just so happens that I paid off this one and then went and bought a new one. That's it. So I didn't trade them in. I needed a backup phone when I travel. It's always good to have a burner phone when you travel. That way your main phone, your main device doesn't get crushed or broken or stolen, right? You also protect your identity that way. That's just a little security tip. So I keep my old phone. I put my social media on it, my YouTube on it. I can hit stream, go live at any point in time, right? So step 1, you got your cell phone. Make sure you got good lighting. Set yourself up with a good background. Excuse my background this morning. This is the other side of the room. But yeah, set yourself up with a nice background and good lighting, right? Get yourself presentable, do whatever you're going to do. I prefer to look presentable. Some people look like shit, but that's their thing. All right. So that's just the beginning, right? Very basic. You can go even further into your equipment journey and buy a little camera. I use my professional cameras. This is my backup camera, and I have my main camera over here, over my shoulder. And so I'll be talking to you guys with both cameras today. So I've got my main camera over my shoulder. I've got my backup camera here. I'm fortunate enough to have the 2 cameras because I've invested in my profession. But you can start very, very basic on YouTube, or excuse me, from Amazon, and get a basic camera, right? Okay, next up. I wanted to be able, I didn't start on YouTube, right? And Messi asked me, what was that? What was that device you had in the background a couple shows ago? I didn't start my entertainment journey, right? My content creation journey on YouTube. I was on Spotify and I was doing audio only podcasts. If you go back through my library, you'll find them. I started off really just interviewing people and not so much interjecting my own ideas into the atmosphere. This is the device that I used. It's called a Zoom PodTrack. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to share the screen. And let me give you guys a glance here. So this is the company Zoom, and this is the pod track. I'll put the link in the chat for y'all. Give me just a second here. I'm flipping screens and laptops and computers and where y'all at? There y'all. All right. There we go. All right, so that's the Zoom. So this is where I started my journey. This one is now 169 bucks. I think it's held that price. And essentially, because I'm a audio video nerd, from an audio video perspective, Zoom makes audio equipment, excuse me. So they make professional audio studio equipment. So I already was familiar with the company, so I just stepped it down to their podcaster version. That's where I started, right? You can carry it around with you. You can put batteries in it. You get about 2 to 4 hours of battery life. I use rechargeable batteries. It's got an SD card in the side of it, so you can record all of your podcasts. It can be powered by USB by a battery pack. And more than anything, it uses professional microphones. I don't like USB microphones. Everybody's got their preference. I've also invested in a nice microphone. I'll show you that in a minute here too. So that's where I started my journey, just doing audio only. Carry this around, carry a microphone, talk to my friends and family, record it. Silly, you could do the same thing on your cell phone, but the cell phone will run out of space. This, you have whatever you want. You just put an SD card in, you're good to go. And it uses the big size SD cards, not the micros. So they're everywhere, cheap. So this is where I started my journey. Other place I started my journey, Amazon, basic stuff. Behringer mics, $39 for a pack of 3. If you drop one and break it, so what? The other part of this is for 4 microphones. Actually, 3 channels for the microphone, 1 channel for control. So 3 microphones, 3 people. Made sense. I was doing that kind of thing, right? Setting up for those kind of shows. Cheap cables, right off Amazon. Put this in my backpack, I'm good to go. That was my show. So that's where I started. From here, let's see. Wi-Fi is glitching out on the laptop. Don't worry about it. I did pick up these lavalier mics. I haven't used them much, but I think I'm going to start using these. I might use them when I'm traveling more. But these are something else. I'll put the link for these in the chat as well. They're cheap as hell. $10. $10. They hook right up to your cell phone. If you got an iPhone, they come with a stupid ass dongle for your iPhone. $10, right? You got to start somewhere. Very cheap. And this, using it now, obviously I'm on the laptop, and the laptop's what it is. But this is the blue Yeti, the blue mic that I use. And YouTube does not like the link because the link is absurd. But it's the Blue Ember XLR condenser. All right. So I'm going to put that in the chat for you guys too. It's an awesome microphone. Check it out if you're interested. It's not expensive at all. And right now on Amazon, it's 50% off. So it's definitely not expensive. It was $100. When I bought it, I think it was over $100. So yeah, that's a good deal. And it's a great microphone. We'll get to hear it here in a second when I hook it up to the podcaster. Pardon me. All right. So as far as equipment, that is where I started, right? That was the basic beginning of everything. Okay. So let's see what y'all are talking about here. From the Black Couch, thanks for the links. No problem, bro. Don't like the link, put it on a cup. Let's see what else we got. I was looking for those the other day. Yeah, the lavalier mics, the little micro mics, you get what you pay for. Okay, you get what you pay for. Rode makes them, DJI makes them, a lot of bigger names make them, and they're kind of expensive. The price goes up, right? So you get what you pay for. These little mics are really, really nice. They come in a really nice little case. They charge themselves. They work on PC, kinda. They're better for working on the cell phone. They're better for working on the cell phone. And you can, like you see the people doing street interviews, you can hand one to the person that you're interviewing, and you got one for you. So they're very easy to use as well. And they're cheap, but the sound is a little bit muffled. It's not crisp. So it probably sounds as good as my voice does coming through this laptop. I hope it sounds good. So, all right, let's see. And why aren't you heathens in church? You guys are supposed to be in church. This is supposed to be team replay. Anyway, I hope everybody is having a good day and that you are handling your spiritual side as well. So, not going to preach on that. We're going to talk about software. Let's talk a little bit about software before we flip over to the main PC and get into the setup. Actually, pause. Let's do this. Let's backtrack. Let's get this thing set up. Let's get this thing set up over here. So what I'm going to do is there we go. All right. Luckily, your boy has another USB cable set up somewhere. Nope. Here it is. It's a shorter one. I think we will be fine for the deck. All right. We got power. We got microphone. All right, y'all. So the Elgato does come with its own software. And we are going to have to figure out all that magic together. So now we're going to get into the software side of things. So, all right. No news. Salute. I see you out there, brother. Who else? Tiara, thanks for joining, sis. Keep camera. All right. Let me screen share here. Give me just a second. All right, so first things first. All right, Elgato. to their downloads page. Wavelink. All right. So here's the way this works. I'm going to have to download a couple software packages on the main PC. I was on the one that you guys can see over here is the laptop. So working on two different PCs at once. So what we're going to do is, give me just a moment. Oh, y'all, I apologize. I didn't even see this one out here. Apologize, y'all. I didn't even see this one out here. $50 Cash App. Y'all are already spoiling me for this. I really, really appreciate it. Give me just a second because I do have this in the bag. Let's go.
More money, more money, more money, yeah. More money, more dollar bill. More money, more money, more money, yeah, yeah. More dollar bill. More money, more money, more money, yeah. More money, more dollar.
Here. All right. What is going on with Aisha and the Black Couch? What is that about? All right, y'all, give me 1 second. Big up, Aisha. Thank you so much, sweetheart. You are the show producer. All right. You guys are seeing triple and double over here. So we're going to Elgato on the other PC. Just got the visual up for you guys. And I'm downloading Wavelink and the software now. And what I'm going to do is, while these are installing, I'm going to multitask here and share with you guys what we're actually doing. Control center. No, I'm not going to get into the deep stuff just yet. There are a few additional pieces of software that you can get. They have a really, really nice package, as you can see here, of software. Really, really nice package. Pause. No Diddy. They have a lot of offerings. There we go. Offerings. So, but we're not going to utilize all of these. The two we're going to use for today are the Steam Deck original software or base software and Wavelink. Wavelink being a very important piece. I want to explain something to you here. When you're podcasting with a Steam Deck or OBS, any kind of accessory, you're going to have to blend all your sounds together. And this utility, Wavelink, helps us do that. I'll explain that here in just a moment. I'm installing all this crap now. Give me a second. It's pretty much just... so I'm going to unplug it. And plug it back in. Let's see. All right. Package, put it on a cup. Okay, so while that's installing, it's doing, oh shit, now it's copying. All right, it's doing the setup. So the first thing is, while that's installing, I'm going to draw a picture for you guys. Let's do that. All right. So when you're streaming from your cell phone or you're streaming directly to YouTube, and that's this crazy screen here, right? This is your YouTube stream controller on the PC, right? This is the backside of everything. This is where you set up all of your upcoming streams, you schedule your streams. So the Steam Deck is alive. The software woke it up. All right. Anyway, so when you're setting up just a direct stream to YouTube, right? You just want to stream right to YouTube. You don't have to use any complicated software. You don't have to have fancy graphics or any of that. You just stream right to YouTube. The other way to stream, and it looks like a hot mess, is using a software online like Restream or Bard, the online offerings where they build this whole little studio for you, and you have all of the little controls on the side here on the right side of the screen. You have all of the little animations and everything all readily available for you, right? So you have that option, you have the direct YouTube option, and you have a third option, and that's to use OBS or a similar type of software. Okay, Meld Studio is a similar version. Prism Studio is a similar version. Streamlabs is a similar version, right? They all are studio broadcasting software suites, all based on the OBS model. OBS is just a basic open source model, and companies have taken it and put their own secret sauce on it and use that as Meld and Prism. So they start with OBS, add fancy programming to it, and now you have a new software package. If you guys yourselves were programmers, you could do the same thing because OBS is open source. So you can take the code, break it down, add your own sauce to it, and make your own studio package, essentially, and start your own company. So on screen here, I just got a little overview of OBS. To be honest with you, you guys already know this. I'm the village nerd. I'm one of the village nerds, right? So I'm going to do my research, and I've been all over the YouTubes, all over the interweb. Come on, slowpoke. Let's put this in here for you guys. I've been all over the interweb doing my research before I started, right? So I did all the research on OBS, went back and looked at how it works and started using it as my platform. But when you use OBS, this laptop is so slow. This laptop is so slow. It's abysmal. It's abysmal. There's a little information on OBS. For those of you who don't know, you can start there, right? So it's good to do the nerd stuff first. All right. So I use OBS as my base platform now. As we get into, I'm booting it up on this laptop. It's slow as hell. All right. So what I have here is just a basic OBS setup, and we'll go into setting it up here shortly. But before we set that up, and then we're going to go to the podcaster. This is all going to make sense. So follow me here. It's all going to make sense. All right. First things first. Let's say I want a podcast, right? And it's just me. That's no problem, because then I can podcast directly to, and we'll put a corny little triangle here. I can podcast directly to YouTube with no problem, right? I can use my cell phone. I can use my cell phone. I can podcast to YouTube. I can use the YouTube app I can podcast to YouTube, right? I can use OBS. I can podcast directly to YouTube. But what happens when I want to add special effects? I want to add a video game. What do I do then? I can't go directly to YouTube because the sound is just stuck out here somewhere in the computer. It has no way to go from my video game. Let's say this one's VG. This is your video game. This is the music you're playing in the background. And you want to stream all that to YouTube. But the audio in the PC doesn't know what path to go. It doesn't have a way to get there. It would make sense that I'm playing the video or I'm playing the movie, that it goes directly to YouTube. It goes directly to whatever I'm using. What you're having to do is piping your sound from, so let's take this stuff off. What you have to do is you have to take your sound. Again, this was the video game. This was your music. Let's say this is OBS. Y'all love my handwriting. That's OBS there at the top. You take your music. You take your music to OBS. You take your video game. You take your video game to OBS. Now OBS is the main place for all of your sounds to come out. And it becomes your main studio. But again, Windows still needs a way to put all those sounds together so that you can stream. That is where the Wavelink software comes in for the podcaster. And that is where SteelSeries comes in. I'm going to put this in the chat too. For those of you that are noobs and don't have a Steam Deck, you can use SteelSeries software. What it essentially will do is create, and I'm trying to find a good graphic here for you. This is probably the best one. But what it will create for you is essentially a sound mixer like the Elgato software does. Let's see here if I can get a bigger picture of it. No, it's not giving me a picture. Well, what it is a and the mixer allows you to blend all your sounds together to YouTube. So let's do this. I'm gonna flip screens. Okay, we're set up. Should still be able to hear me. Let me get a one in the chat. I flipped too many screens around. Oh, Black Couch. I apologize, bro. Let's see what's going on. I apologize, you guys. I'm sitting here rambling, not even checking the chat. Give me a second. No, we're talking. I'll explain here in a second, Charles. Give me just a moment. All right, Black Couch. I appreciate you, bro. I am so out of order right now. Oh, wow, y'all. Black Couch and FDNHT Trend. Y'all are on it. I love y'all.
More money, yeah. More money, more dollar bill. More money, more money, more money, yeah, yeah, more dollar bill. More money, more money, more money, yeah. More money, more dollar bill.
And one more, y'all. Oh, wow, y'all. Black Couch and FDNHT Trend, y'all are on it. I love y'all.
More money, more money, more money, yeah. More money, more dollar bill. More money, more money, more money, yeah, yeah, more dollar bill. More money, more money, more money, yeah. More money, more dollar bill.
Okay, we're back. And we had some feedback. Sorry about that. Y'all, too much. I greatly appreciate it. This is the beginning. This is the beginning of something great. And I really appreciate this journey. Okay, so now we're gonna set up our little happy place here. Let's see if we can zoom in on it some. Yeah, that's as close as we can get. Can't see the buttons. Okay, no problem. Let's see. Okay, so in the screen here, we got our Steam Deck. So this is where we can set up all of our apps and buttons. As you can see, I wish I could make it a little bit larger. There we go, a little bit larger. And we have multiple pages. As you can see here, I can change the pages of the layout of the Steam Deck so that I can have multiple controls or settings, the deck brightness, and you can swipe the screen. Right as I swipe the screen there, it just changes to the different layers and unlimited possibilities for how I can program this. Now, this is now my microphone. It is now my main controller for all of my audio. I'm going to flip over to it here once we get it fully set up. I got one more software package to go. Give me just a sec. Where'd I put the wave link? All right, let's go wave link. All right, installing it. And we're going to wait for that. Okay, so we talked about the audio mixer. And Chels asked, is it actual wires? No, it's not actual wires, Chels. What it is, let's see here. What I'm going to do is, on this laptop, since I'm not going to hook the Steam Deck up to it, I'm going to go on and download Sonar on this laptop. Let me go on and share the laptop screen as well. We're installing on the other computer, so that's fine. Share screen, entire screen. All right. Where'd you go? Okay. Let me add this. Give me 1 second. All right, so it's installing the Wave software on both computers, actually. Doing 2 installs at once. And I will show you here. Connect your device. was trying to race these two computers to see which one was going to load it faster. And my main PC is beast, main PC 1. So we're going to drop this down, pull this one back up. All right, here we go. So this is our mixer. Chelsea, when you asked if it was actual wires or not, the answer is no. This looks very, very basic and very plain, but here's what we're going to do. We're going to create all of our connections. So the first connection is going to be, we got the headphones. Oh, well, there's the microphone. All right, we're going to add music. We're going to add voice, or no, we're going to add system sounds. And we're going to add one more, system sounds for the browser, and then one for my voice for any chat or anybody that joins the podcast. So what you're essentially doing is, instead of wires in real life, Chels, you're adding channels to the mixer virtually. So it's like pretend places for each one of these apps to go to talk to your stream. So like in that drawing that I had, you had each one of those little boxes all talking to YouTube. You need to lay this out. And I'm going to show you on the other computer. It makes it a little visually better to actually see it, because you can drag your apps over to the channels. And you can say, oh, well, I want my game sounds to come from here, so I can change the volumes up and down individually for that thing, right? So if I was playing, remember the other night when I was playing music during the interview with JP, and some people said the music was a little bit loud, some didn't. But if I wanted to adjust that, I could have the music on its own channel, and I can now drop the music down a little bit so that you guys don't hear the music as loud. Or if I wanted to turn it up for myself in my headphones, because I like loud music, I would turn it up for myself in my headphones. So this allows you to control each one of those things individually. Let's say when I'm streaming, my text messages will come through and I'll hear the text message chime. I can control that now and control the system sounds as well. Or if I have a YouTube going and I'm talking and I want to lower my voice a little bit while I'm doing a react, I can lower my voice and the voice of anybody who's on the stream with me, so that we can hear the YouTube video louder for you guys and we're softer. So you put each of the audio channels. YouTube makes music. You want to play music on Spotify. Your video game's going to play music. You are going to talk. Each one of your audio channels goes in a separate place. Our audio sources goes to a separate channel. This mixer smashes them all together and brings them out to YouTube. That makes sense, right? This computer's the laptop's really, really, really slow. So let's dive into this. Oh, that's cool. Okay, sorry, y'all. I got a new toy to play with. This is so fun. Give me a minute. Check. Yep. All right, it's working. Ooh, that's backwards. What backwards? Which one's your left? All right. Okay, I can hear myself. That's not too bad. It's a little bit quiet. Let's see. Hiram. What's good, brother? How are you? Yeah, Aisha. If you download the other one, the Steel Series GG, you can add it to any computer, and it'll allow you to control all those different sounds separately. I don't know why this laptop is eternally slow. The thing used to work great. So that's another day. Tech support for another day. Let's see here. Everybody's out here chatting. FDNHT Couch StreamYard supports some platforms already like YouTube and Twitch. If you use StreamYard to go to Rumble, then you need the stream address and code. Yes, there are some. Okay, so Couch, that's a good point that FDNHT, that Trend pointed out there. It is a little bit more advanced. So we can go into that as well. I don't know why this is taking forever. Let's start with, so we're in the realm of software, right? I've showed you guys a little bit. What if, how about now? It never fails. Mic check. I might be live. Is it working? I don't know. Come on, don't make me log into an account. It's always something. All right, give me. All right, we should be good now. Whoop. Okay, so what's great is we're actually on the Elgato. Give me 1 second here. Just want to make sure everything is good to go. Wow. Okay, that was fast. Okay, so I apologize. We are back. Thank you so much, y'all. Let me check my messages because I saw the messages were coming through and I caught the last one. Y'all are awesome. Thank you so much. JP was hitting me up, told me I was muted. All right, great. Thanks so much, bro. That's what I needed. All right, so we are on the Elgato. So the sound is coming through the Stream Deck, and this is how the boy's going to sound going forward from now on. Let's see here. All right, let's reset. It's hot in here. It's getting warm. Yeah, no news. I was installing software and streaming. I have my laptop going and I have my main computer going at the same time. So I was doing both. But the laptop, what I messed up on was the laptop software. The laptop software for the audio mixer boogered up the audio on the laptop. This laptop is proven to be a pain in the butt. I'm gonna have to figure out what's going on with it. Another day, another time, tech support. But for now, I'm excited. Steam Deck is up and running. All right, so let's talk about OBS, y'all. Yes, OBS is good stuff. And you can see here the mixer in OBS is picking up the desktop audio. That's that happy little bar bouncing around down there. All right, y'all. So, I can drop this. I can do this. There we go. All right, basics. So the first thing you're going to want to do is I'm going to move the controls over here to this side since I got my little face down in that corner. All right, so you can move your windows around however you want. You can slide things around. It's very customizable. One sec. Okay, I was moving my mic around. All right. So to start off with, there's buttons over here, which are your control buttons. Start with the top. We're going to manage our broadcast. No, pardon me. We're going to go into settings. Let's start from the beginning. Sorry. Settings. This is where you want, and again, it looks very, very intimidating. Don't be intimidated. The first thing you want to do is you want to set up your stream and where it's going. So you go to stream here. You have a lot of stuff. There's appearance, so you can change your theme around if you want. You can do whatever you want within these settings. I don't recommend tweaking things until you've successfully tested, right? Or you've watched videos of other content creators that have instructed you on how to tweak things, right? So stream, you want to set up YouTube. You have the option here to set up YouTube. You can set up Twitch. You can set up Kick. You can set up Twitter. You can set up anything. You can set up all of your different sources, your destination sources here. Okay. We're going to keep it simple, real simple today. YouTube. Primary YouTube server, leave that alone. And then what you do is you connect your account. What's going to happen is a window is going to open for your account and it's going to say, hey, I want to connect with OBS. You say, yes, connect with OBS. Connect with OBS. And it's completed successfully. Now my culture invasion is connected to OBS. So what happens now is everything culture invasion activates in OBS. I'm going to close these docs again. So what happens is if I go to manage my broadcasts, it'll show broadcasts that I currently have existing on YouTube. So you can see here, unboxing my Elgato. Down here, Humans at Play, Chapter 5. Then The Black Hoe Math, Tubi and Chill with Messi. These are my shows that are upcoming. So this now manages my shows directly to YouTube. Now, the thing is with OBS, you can't have guests and things like that, right? So this is just only you streaming your show, your broadcast, your animations, your gaming. It's just you broadcasting by yourself. There are ways to pull guests into OBS so they appear on screen with you. That's advanced. We're not getting into that today. But what we are going to talk about is just the basics, right? So from the settings here, the next thing you're going to want to look at is your audio. So depending on what audio settings you have, for me, all of my audio settings are going to be the Elgato, the Stream Deck on the big PC, right? On this PC I'm talking to you guys on. I'm going to set up all my OBS settings on there to Stream Deck. On this little laptop, everything is just going to be the default stuff, right? It's going to be the default built-in microphone, built-in speakers. If you have a different microphone, this is where you would change it. You would put your microphone, this specific fancy mic, like I showed you guys, the basic Behringer, like this one. You would just select whatever the input is for your microphone. USB Shure mic or USB mic, whatever it is, that's where you would select it. All right, so close out of here. And those are the basics, right? Very basic, get you started. The first thing is you got this big blank black screen. Well, how the hell am I going to start a show? Now it's time to start using your imagination. So you're going to want to start adding elements, right? You're going to want to start adding things to this screen so that this screen can produce what you want. So you can add, let's start with, you got your microphone already on here. Let's start with a camera, right? So you have your sources. These are all the different things you can add to the scene. And your camera is a video capture device. So you add the video capture device. Window comes up asking you what kind of device you want to add. You have choices here. You have the integrated webcam, the camera on the laptop, or I have let's do that. There we go. So we've got the integrated webcam, which looks atrocious. Or we have the Canon. So let's go on and add that. And in OBS, what's cool is you can resize these things. So I can have a little camera off to the side, much like I have here for this stream. Well, then I want to add a react. Let's react to something, right? We're going to set up a show. We're going to do a react. So I'm going to capture a window. It's called a window capture. It's much like using screen share software at work, Microsoft Teams. You share a window, right? So you're going to pick a window capture to share. And yeah, of course, I don't got any windows open that it likes. Give me a sec. So now we're going to add our Chrome browser. We're going to react to something in Chrome, right? But there's a problem. And if you see there in the window, there's a problem there. You can't see me anymore. I'm behind the video. So I got to slide. See this here? You can move around elements, your sources. I'm going to slide myself up to the top of the list. Just got to order myself to the top. You can see that I can flip myself to the bottom or on top of the screen, React screen. So now I have my element here at the bottom, me in the corner. And then I've got the React screen up here at top. Okay. Now, step 2. Let's say we want to do, before we go into our React, right? We want to do something before then. We want to show a scene. You guys know how you always have those countdowns before you start your show, or I do my intro with the spinny graphic and you hear the radio tuning, and then you get the nice little track at the end, and then the screen wipe right into my show, my intro video. So how do you add those things also before you start your show? Well, you add another scene. As you see here, screen went blank again. And now we're back where we were for the React. So I've added a new scene here. And for this scene, I'm going to add, I don't think I have any local videos or movies or anything to play here on this PC. Give me 1 second. I don't think I have. It's pretty bare bones. I wiped this machine a while back. Okay, anyway. What we're going to do here is just going to add a dummy thing in. So let's say, oops, we're just going to pick an image. Let's see. Here we go. All right. So now we have 2 scenes, right? We're going to look at it from this perspective, right? This is the opening screen. And then boom, we go right into the React. So what we have is 2 scenes set up. And you can add as many as you like, depending on what you're doing for your show. For some of my shows, I'll have multiple scenes because I'll be doing for the insomnia shows. I define what insomnia is before the show begins. So I'll have the first slide with a definition. I'll have the second slide with a definition. And that's just the way I set it up. I could have set it up as a slideshow, but I just set it up as separate scenes. I can control it then at my own pace. It's just the way that I did it. And I'll show you guys more into the advanced stuff on my setup and how I've... what the hell is with this? Go away. All right. So from there, we got a basic layout of OBS. Queen of Vibes. Good morning, sis. D-Gen. How you doing, bro? Good to see you. I'm trying to see if I caught anybody late that arrived late. Broke ass. It's good to see you, bro. I knew you were out there. Awesome. Oh, Halo. Halo, when you sneak in, bro? Good to see you. And if you guys have your own tips and tricks, feel free to leave them in the comments section below this video. And if you'd like to see more of this kind of content as well, let me know. So let's talk about this, right? Tips and tricks. So there's a major, I'm closing out of that. There's a major problem with YouTube, and it's the fact that there are just so many content creators out there. Sometimes it's hard to discern what's a good source and what's not. There's one for you. Michael Freyer. His content is awesome. And something I want to point out, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar or not. Give me just a second. I'm going to share that screen. Oh, okay. It's on there. There's a delay. My bad. All right. So there's something I don't know if you guys are familiar with this or not. You see where this says at the top of the YouTube page, it says home, video, shorts, playlist, posts, right? You know what this magnifying glass is? It is a search. So if you go to videos on somebody's YouTube page and you hit that magnifying glass, you can search. So for instance, Michael has a lot of stuff on OBS. I can just type OBS in right there, hit enter. And now I'm looking at all of the videos from Michael on OBS or anything that he has tagged for OBS content. I wasn't sure if you guys knew that or not, but now you know. We're learning today, right? So Michael Freyer is awesome. Nutty Lamau, L-M-A, Nutty L-M-A-O is another one. I like his stuff. So go check out Nutty. And Senpai is pretty good too. Senpai Gaming. Got a bunch of stuff. And again, use that search option there. When you want to learn stuff and you know the exact term for what it is you're going for, you can hit that search right there. All right, so we're going to put Senpai in the chat as well. All right, there's 3 sources. I gave you guys 3. These guys are great. Start with Michael. Go to Michael's page first. I recommend him. Yeah, I think Halo's a real person. Halo pops up all the time. I met him over on Bronzebird's channel. And shout out to Twin Bronzebird. He is just 40 shy, 30 or 40 shy of 1,000 subscribers. So shout out to him. He's doing good work over there. He's got the beef channel, but a lot of good discussions come out of his channel. Sound again? Wait, am I? You're joking, right? You're joking, right? Mic check? Was that a late message, Trin? Can you guys hear me? Let me get a 1 in the chat, you guys. Am I talking to myself? Okay, sound is good. That must have been a late message. That literally just came through, said sound. Life be lifing. Tech be teching. All right, y'all, let's continue. But yes, so also on my OBS journey, right? Much like my podcast journey, I started with Michael's stuff, his videos. So check out Michael's videos. There's some good stuff over there. All right. Let's go. Y'all, how you doing, sis? I don't know if I greeted you or not. Good morning. I hope everybody got their breakfast. Did Messi make good breakfast for everybody? What'd y'all have? She likes crepes. Did she make crepes for everybody? All right, let's see. We are 1 hour and 10 minutes. Your boy has showed you the basics of OBS. We've looked at the hardware, right? Basic mics. Where I started my journey with the podcaster. Let's see. I'm looking at my to-do list. Oh, my face is all shiny. Let me talk to y'all. See what y'all talking about. I'm glad that the microphone, this is it, y'all. We're here. I can control my volume of my voice directly from the podcaster itself. As you hear there, kind of turn it down or turn it back up again, all right on the fly. Got my headphone controls here. This is game changing. And no more conflicts. No more problems where the problem is this device is not a Windows device. It's just a sound device. The Stream Deck is a Windows device. So it talks to Windows directly, and it has its own drivers, and it has its own interface that is baked into the Windows stuff, right? This doesn't. This is just a thing to plug in. And so Windows just sees it as a plug-in microphone, but it's got its own behaviors and settings and stuff that makes Windows go bonkers. During my stream with JP, with John Phillips, it was dropping the sound, this, that, and the other. It was kind of like the microphone was messing with, the Zoom was messing with the microphone settings. So now with the Stream Deck, it is literally integrated fully into Windows and won't have the same kind of problems. So I'm not even going to cross my fingers. I'm do a little knock on wood, and we good to go, y'all. It's going to be a good day going forward for sure. You are right, Wolfpack Maine. I'm loving it so far. I'm very happy with what we got going on. Let's see. Send that device back to the 80s. Facts. Yeah, it does look a little bit devious. Let's see what else you guys are talking about out here. Let's see. Messy made egg whites with Spanish tomatoes on a wrap with bacon and coffee. That sounds good. Yeah, you should always, that's something that I do recommend. You should have a little bit of salad or spinach or something in the morning. Fiber is good. And everybody don't like the raisin bran and shit like that, stuff like that. Yeah, eat some salad in the morning. I don't know. People never thought about it. I learned a lot of people never thought about it. PodTrack P4 is just an interface. It allows you to do many things. You can connect it to a phone, use better quality mics, for instance. Exactly, no news. It also has a Bluetooth dongle. So it's got these two ports on the side here. You can add a little Bluetooth. It's a little Bluetooth plug-in, and then you can hook your phone directly up to it. What's cool too is if you use I have the cord. Hold on. Give me 1 sec. It's right here. So check this out. If you have any other kind of audio device, you can use a 3mm to XLR. So you can plug the XLR into this fourth spot in this P4. Plug this into any other audio device, and you can have additional sources feeding into this and then feeding into the PC. So this is bonkers. It does a lot of good shit. But for some reason, the mic levels just kept conflicting with Windows. And it very well could have been the other software I was using, the GG Sonar software. Mature Gamer, my homeboy, he was using GG, and he was using Sonar as well. And he said Sonar was bugging out his microphone. He said he narrowed it down to Sonar doing that. So it's quite possible that that's what we're dealing with here. But yeah, absolutely, bro. It is a good interface. It's a real nice piece of equipment. I'm not going to let it go. I'm going to hold on to it for a while. Maybe one day I'll put it up for sale. C.I.P. Thanks, bro. I needed this. I'll add more as I continue my journey. And you know what, Hiram? Let's do this too, folks. Let's open up this screen. All right, I'm going to let y'all in on... I can finally do this now because I have a dependable mic set up. Let's go. All right, it's your boy. Hi. All right. So this is my OBS. This is where all the magic happens. Now I do have plugins. Plugins are little baby pieces that you just plug in to OBS to make things magical, right? I have some plugins added. I have like the emojis that float up the screen going on. I have things like the pop-up messages using Stream Ninja. Stream Ninja is a plugin. Stream Ninja allows you to have this chat on the side here and do the pop-ups and animations within OBS, just like they're built into the Streamlab. Or excuse me, they're built into Restream. Let's see. Okay. Then what I also have are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm ridiculous. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. These are all my sources. So I don't want to blow y'all's eardrums out. It very well may not. Okay, I don't think it will. All right, so I'm going to switch screens here. You can see here. Here's my first screen, Creator Tech class. So you can see how I have my different screen transitions. This is like my opening. Then we'll go into the actual stinger. Oop, I'm going to back out of that. Then I go to my main screen. So all of these scenes are all here. And then, for instance, on my main scene, I have all of these sources. So these are all the add-ons, all the magic, that the little record button in the corner, the mature 18 and over warning in the other corner. All of these little elements are things that I've added to this. The NC-17 in the corner, you can see that flashing. And I remove it. Thank you to my subscribers. Thank you, and I thank the good people of the box. You are one. Right, all of my, I can now put these drops, all of my drops on my Steam Deck. So I just have to hit the Steam Deck, hit a button, and I get a drop for you guys. Sound effects. So this is kind of fun. This is a plugin. Look, you don't have to be super rich. You don't have to spend a whole bunch of money. You don't have to necessarily wait for your donations to accrue before you decide to make a purchase on something for your show, your stream, right? You can use other options. Down here in the lower right corner, yeah, you guys can see this. This is a plugin. It's a soundboard plugin. This is where I was sending all my sounds. Like all the sounds are coming right from this. This is my hi there, my horns, any kind of little drops to the ladies if I was being all flirty, like whatever it is. All the sound effects, Law and Order, bang, bang, the gavels, my NPC music. So all of that was actually coming from OBS in a built-in little soundboard plugin. And I can show you guys plugins and those kinds of more advanced features in another episode. But I really just wanted to show you guys. Yeah, the plugins are all digital, Couch. Essentially, like here, so on screen, there is. So see, there's one set you can add here. They're called docks. So there's some plugins or docks. Like there's a multi-stream plugin that allows you to stream to multiple sources at once. Vertical streaming is a plugin. So they're add-ons. You're plugging in little baby add-ons to the software. That's why they're called plugins. Little baby add-ons, little apps, baby apps to the main piece of software, right? The main piece of software is blank canvas, right? You add a plugin, you now have a soundboard. You add a plugin, you can now stream vertically. You add a plugin, and watch my screen. Now you have cool animations. You have cool animations that transition from screen to screen. Okay, those are plugins. Another plugin would be closed captions. If you want OBS to do your closed captions for you on screen, live and in real time, you can get a plugin for that. Let's do this. We've got our source computer over here. All right, I'm going to switch screens again. This is getting fun. All right, couch, just for you, sir. Google search, OBS Studio plugins. OBS Studio plugins. Now, plugins is more of a technical term. Probably why you weren't familiar with it. But plugins are just little baby apps, little baby pieces, parts that you add in to OBS to make it more better. So, see, no news. You can get sounds for your soundboard from. Awesome, bro. And there we go. I can put your guys' comments on screen. Your boy was slacking. Sorry. No news. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Thank you for sharing that with the folks. Now, don't go diving into the plugins, everybody, and just getting lost and breaking your OBSs. Start basic. Start basic. You can always email me, hit your boy Culture up. I do, I offer help for a little bit of time. I'll give you 30 minutes, maybe an hour. We can chat. But your boy is looking for a little bit of a donation if I do that. Okay? Let's be fair here. My time is my time. So feel free to reach out to me. cultureinvasionpc@gmail.com. I'll put that in the chat. cultureinvasionpc@gmail.com. Right? Vertical View is a plugin. Yep. You can either start your stream with your camera like that. I mean, you're vertical. Or you stream vertically. Now, what's cool is, let me see if I can slide this over. Boop, 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 boop. I can. Let's do this. Boop. All right. So you see a picture and 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 a picture. Right here. I use Restream. Oh, that's horrible. Anyway, just ignore the inception. Down here in the lower right corner, underneath this, I have a choice of vertical streaming or horizontal streaming. You can change the orientation in the app itself. So this is the online one, right? This is online. This is the Restream or StreamYards, whatever y'all are using online to pull your friends in to your big panels. Like when me and Messi were hanging out, me and JP were hanging out. No problem, DGen. I appreciate you stopping by, bro. Yep. Y'all, some plugins are free. Most plugins are free. But other fancy ones are big money, especially if you want like fancy graphic. That's why I do my own. I try to be as resourceful as I can. And I've had plenty of time to sit in front of a computer and just tinker. So I use Microsoft Publisher. I use old software too. Like I don't rely on like Canva and stuff. A lot of people use Canva, which is good, right? Don't get me wrong. Use things like Canva. Create your stuff there. Create your PNGs so that you don't have the backgrounds, and use those images and animations all day long. Absolutely. If you're not as self-reliant on graphics and stuff, by all means. But like I make my own thumbnails. I don't, it's not a big deal to me. It just, I'm able to do those small little things, make my own little graphics, and kind of trims down having to go search for things as well. Honestly, I call C.I.P. or text him for my issues. Yeah, Bretta. We were working together yesterday. Yeah, definitely. Chills. I like doing my own. Ah, darn, I missed a stream. It's all right, sis.
the first time I ran it, I had technical issues anyway. I had this as attempt number 2. It all worked out in the end. Go back and replay, sis. No problem. Yeah, I was sharing a screen of a screen of a screen, and it went to infinity. Yeah. All right. Back out of that. I think that pretty much covers it for this morning, you guys. I know that may be a lot. There is a lot to consider, but you have the option to go back and replay as well, right? Go back, check it out, and step by step, use the resources in the chat. I'll put the 3 other content creators and the link to OBS and OBS plugins. Again, when you're working with plugins, when you're working with OBS, pace yourself, take your time, read, and don't forget, you do have resources. You have the links that I've provided you. You also have me at a cost. So I'm going to take off, y'all, for today. I want to thank you very, 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 very much for being here. Shout outs to Aisha, Black Couch, FDNHT Trend. I want to make sure I don't miss anybody. Y'all driving me crazy. Yes, we are good. And because I can't forget them for their awesome support.
More money, yeah. More money, more dollar bill. More money, yeah. More dollar bill. More money, yeah. More money, more dollar.
All right, y'all. And again, it's been a great morning. Thank you so much. Wolfpack, Hiram, Broke Ass, Black Couch, Little Sis, Chelsea, y'all, Aisha, Go Cree, Messy, Queen of Vibes, Wolfpack, Hiram. Oh, I got you, Hiram. Halo, Stop Through, DGen, No News. All y'all, big up yourselves. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. I got some laundry to do. I got a little bit of a workout to do. I know that other content creators are going live as well. I hope you all have wonderful, wonderful shows. I'll be watching y'all. And that's it. That's all I got, y'all. Peace. It's gonna be a cold close. No outro because I don't know where the hell my studio is doing. Yeah, we're not gonna make it complicated. No outro, just a simple piece, y'all. Take care.